New year, true you. Here's another example. This time I'm going to say that these strengths belong to an high school senior, getting ready to graduate, trying to figure out what's next in life and not really sure what that looks like. So we go through their strengths to try to help them understand themselves better and how they do things best. And that might lead them into some answers that they have been having a hard time coming up with. So we're going to jump right in here. So this high school senior has 1 relationship building strength, 4 strategic thinking, 3 executing, and 2 influencing. So what that means just in general is that they're not all about connecting with people and having to build relationships. Does this mean that they don't have friends and they don't like people? No, not at all. It just means that's not what they lead with. Some people are, obviously social butterflies and they're all about people. This person is not necessarily all about that, but it doesn't mean they don't enjoy them either. So what they are all about is being in their own head and coming up with plans and seeing things in a different way than what maybe other people do or the way that it's being done right now. Creativity, thinking, learning, everything just up in the head. So, you may have thought that, if you're this person's parent, you might think, oh my gosh, they just, they don't do anything. They're not really motivated. They lay around all the time. And I'm worried that my child is lazy. And that's not the case. It just means that all of their productivity and work is going on right up here. And so they can do that sometimes laying in bed or laying on the couch or whatever it might be. But the good thing then with this person is they have 3 executing strengths, so that when they are doing all that cognitive work and they're coming up with all of that, they want to get it done right too. So you'll see them take action and do things once they feel really comfortable with it themselves first. And then influencing strengths are 2. They like to have other people come along with them. They like to be listened to and help other people move forward. But again, it isn't like their big main driving force. So that's a general broad stroke. So let's dive into their top 10. Number 1 is relator. So even though they only have 2 relationship building strengths, and we said that maybe they're not all about the connecting, it's the one of them, the one that they have is their number 1. So they are all about their tight knit group. These people are their ride or dies. They might be a little guarded to first come off though, and it might be hard, like a tough shell, to really get to understand this person and really get to know them and feel like they trust you and you're part of them. But once you are, they want to go deep and they want to open up and they want to share and have a true bond. They're not all about all of the surface relationships and just kind of it's got to be genuine. It's got to be genuine for this person. Then number 2 is learner. They want to take in all that information for themselves. They're curious and they're inquisitive and they could spend the day curled up with a book reading or watching videos on a subject that they find important or interesting. But then they have responsibility high after that. So if they tell you they're going to do something, they're going to follow through and they're going to make sure it gets done. They will only take on as much as they feel comfortable though, because they don't want to let you down. So responsibility can kind of flow both ways. They might take on a lot, or they might kind of, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to follow through with that. So I'm going to say no just to play it safe. So this is where their relator, their group of people come in, really important to them. They'll be much more likely to commit to things and be loyal and follow through and want to step up with their safe and trusted circle. After that is self-assurance though. So that responsibility, with having those doubts, is right there backed up with some self-assurance though. So that helps. This is where we find kind of that nice flow with these strengths and how they mean different things to different people. So yeah, they do feel like they're pretty confident in themselves, especially because they're trusting the right people. They're learning everything that they need to learn, and they're only saying yes to things that they know that they can follow through with. That's going to make their confidence soar. So when you nurture all of those things in yourself and in this person as a high school senior trying to figure out how to go forward in life, those things are important to build their confidence. So maybe a small academic school, if they decide that they want to go on with their education, is going to be a better fit for them than the big giant sea of people in the huge universities. Strategic is their number 5. This is their core compass strength. So they're all about that plan. They really need to think, create, learn. They can see things alternatively. They can anticipate and they see patterns. And so this applies to who they spend time with, what they want to learn. All of it goes towards their plan and towards their strategy of how they want to see things through. After that is activator. This is one of their influencing strengths. They want to take action then. So, they may lay around and read and take a lot in. It's because it's going towards building that self-confidence so that they can come up with a plan that they trust in so that they can go. And when they go, you know that they know. So trust them, because they might be wrong, we all are, but they're going to have a pretty good one. So you're going to want to follow what they're doing, because then achiever is next after that. They want to accomplish what they set out to. So they're going to pull in the right people. They're going to learn what they need to do. They're going all the things we just talked about are all coming together so that they can accomplish that goal. They are all about making sure that those things line up to get that stuff done. In election, they're going to go deep. Again, this shows up with their relator with them. They're going to want to go deep with their circle, but then also within themselves. They're going to peel back those layers and really be introspective and figure out, what does this really mean for me? How am I contributing? What can I do differently? But again, it's nice that they have that self-assurance then up there too, so that they're not doubting themselves. It's not coming in a place of thinking that they're doing things wrong or need to make all these changes. It's all about that exploration of self-understanding. So that they can support their beliefs. That's next for them. They have a strong value system, strong core of ethics, values that everything that they're doing is focused on and is reliant on those. They're not going to step out of that just to satisfy the masses of all the other people that really don't mean much to them, or things that they don't find as important to understand and know about. So everything supports their beliefs to get them where they want to be in the future. So this high schooler, senior, getting ready to move on, is very focused on what the future is going to bring for them and having a vision of how they want it to be. But they need to trust in their process of what we just talked about and finding that. And I was just going to say, I wonder where adaptability is for them on their go with the flow. It happens to be their number 34. So we'll talk about that in the next video.